to begin with this floral foam that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I just need a piece to put inside of my planter. So I'm going to cut off a piece off here, just a small piece. Again, I'm using this foam for the base to make the height of the topiary. And the planter I'm using, I picked up at Dollar Tree in a group of 3 for $1. I only need 1 for this project, so that leaves me 2 for another. Now you'll notice I'm going to be applying some hot glue here because I need to have the base stuck in the planter. I don't need it moving around. So I need to make sure it's nice and secure in here. But if you notice, I can't get this to adhere, and it's because of the shape of the foam and the shape of the planter. So I'm going to go ahead and shave off some sides of it just so I can get it to adhere to the planter. So once again, I'm going to place it inside here, get it situated. Then I do need to add some more glue to it to secure it. Okay. I'm going to let them sit up for a couple of seconds here. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the cone that I did pick up at Walmart because my Dollar Tree does not carry them. Some Dollar Trees do. So you can just kind of pick it up where you can. Michael's carries them too. They can be pricey, so you want to make sure you use a coupon if you are picking them up elsewhere. If I take off my plastic, you'll notice the top of this is broken off. It came this way. So that's a simple fix. All I need to do is secure it with some glue, because again, I'll be covering it with eggs so you won't see the crack. And it's not wasted now. So make sure that's nice and secure before I move on. Okay. Now I need to adhere the cone to the foam block in the planter, and I do want to use again plenty of glue here to make sure that it is nice and secure. Last thing I want is this cone part to fall off once I've put all the eggs on it. Now do keep in mind the eggs are very, very lightweight, but again, as anything, it can be top heavy, and I don't want that to fall apart. So I'm going to get this nice and glued on there using my Gorilla Glue. So I'll just attach it and make sure it's nice and secure before I can move on to decorating it. Okay, so this seems to be adhering very well. I'll just go ahead and give it a couple more minutes. Okay, or seconds, I should say, not minutes. Okay, now I'm going to move on to decorating with the eggs. Okay, the eggs I'm going to use for this project I picked up at Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby. This is a set I picked up at Dollar Tree this year. You get all 6 for just $1. I picked up these picks as well. You can just detach the stick from the styrofoam egg. And then I also got them in this size. They're a much smaller size. And again, I would detach them from the sticks. I'm also going to use a bag that I bought last year at Hobby Lobby clearance as filler eggs. They were $5.99 originally. I know I probably paid at least 50%, if not 80% off. But I am going to use them as fillers. And I'm just going to start applying them, starting with the larger ones first, and then going along and putting in different smaller sizes as I go around. I did put my larger ones on first. Keep in mind, as you are adhering them, the eggs are not going to be close together. I mean, you're going to have some small gaps in there, and that's where I put in the greenery to fill in, or florals if you'd like to. If you use all the same size, you might not have as many gaps, but I did have the gaps with the different sizes as I went about. Now that I have the eggs done, I'm going to add in some of my greenery now. And I'm using boxwood that I got from Walmart that I'll cut into some small pieces. I also have some heather florals that I might add into them. I might not. Then I also have this cute topper that I'm going to add to the top of my topiary to get some coverage on top there. I picked that up at Walmart in a pick section. I just cut it off. So I'm going to go ahead and just start cutting small pieces of this boxwood off and just start adding it into all the little spaces that I can find. I don't want it too bushy, but I also do want the effect of the topiary, not just eggs. I do want some greenery in there. One thing I did notice in the Pier 1 inspiration that I was looking at, that it also was not just all eggs. It actually had some florals as well. I just had an exuberant amount of eggs in my craft stash, and so I wanted to make it mostly egg, and then I'll just go through and fill it in with greenery. But there are countless ways you could make a nice egg topiary. Okay, so that's what I'm basically doing here. It's just going to go through, fill it in, concentrating probably more so on the front instead of the back for me, because this is going on my mantle. And I probably will disassemble it later on. If not, then I can always add more in later. Okay. Just a real quick note, you might notice my black gloves are finally off of my hands. I'd had them on earlier to protect a manicure, but I cannot work with gloves. It does not work for me. I just have to take them off. So, did not care anymore. It was time to take the gloves off. But go through and just add little pieces of greenery as you see fit. So I finished filling it in with some just the greenery as I went around and filled all spaces. But the more I looked at it, the more I thought, I don't really like this green base per se. I wanted a little more springy or distressed looking. I'm actually going to put it on top of a candlestick holder that I have, and it's a little more antique looking. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this base real quick. And I probably should have done this before I built this, but like I said, the more I looked at it, it's like, I didn't like it. So what I'm using is, I'm just going to use some chalk paint. The color I think I'm going to try to go for is called a Spanish moss. Now granted, it's another green, but I wanted a lighter one so I can just sort of give the distressed look also. So just going to get some of my thing here. Let's see if I can, oops, it's not gonna, my brush. Let's see if it'll, so let's see about painting it here. This may not go well. Let's see. I don't know if I really like that or not, actually. Let's try, I got another brush, let me try. Yeah, we'll try this brush, it's a little better. And I'm just going to give it a coat here. Good coverage going on here. I don't know if I really want it completely covered because I do want that somewhat distressed look, grunge look. Just enough to kind of want the more muted green. I don't know what's on there. Oh, probably some glue, it looks like. Okay, well, still gonna just go for it here.
Now, if I were making this to sell, obviously I'd be a little more concerned with things, but I'm simply just making this put up on my mantle, and I'll probably disassemble it even after this season and remake it into something else later. Not to say that I should go for less than best, but in other words, I'm just trying to do a quick DIY here. Something I could put up on my mantle that was missing I had a piece missing. Just kind of need to add to it. Okay, all right. See if I can use my heat gun here. See if I can get it to dry a little quicker. Probably gonna have to have 2 coats. Heat gun, we got I think at Lowe's, but I know that you can get them at Harbor Freight for like $9.97 and $10. My husband just happened to be at Lowe's, picked one up. And if you don't have a heat gun, you can use a blow dryer. It's fine. Or if you're not in a hurry, just set it aside, go out do something else, come back. But this really helps when you're doing a project and you want to quickly get to that second coat if possible. Now, I don't know if I'll do a second coat. It looks more like a terracotta kind of look to it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a second coat. I might just leave that. Okay. I do know I want to come in and just do a light distressed look on it. Although the green would still look okay, I kind of want to have the white marks and stuff in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do is move this because I don't want to mix the green with it. And I think instead of a white, I'm going to use an oatmeal. Okay, so and these are just folk art home decor. I think I actually got these on Amazon. But just use an oatmeal. And I am not going to even pour this out. I think I'm just going to leave it in there because I'm just going to get just a bit on my brush here, kind of. See if you can just kind of that scuffed mark is kind of what I want to go for. I'm not using the right type of brush for this, but just wanted to get enough on there. I might get a little more here. And make it look like a clay. Nice fine piece of pottery. Okay, just about done here. I'm gonna get too concerned about the back side per se. hit it. I think I'm putting that topper on too. I can kind of remember which one's my front side. Oh, and of course it's the side that I got way too much on. Okay, so I want to I'm gonna come back in here with the green. Okay, so kind of came back in, cover that up a little bit with the green. I had too much there on that. And voila, a finished product. And I have a nice topiary that I can put up on my mantle. It doesn't quite match my base here, but again, I don't want to make this a permanent thing because I use this base for other things. And I'll probably attach it, and I may even just put a nice pretty bow on it. So, all in all, I probably made this for, I want to say under $10, but a lot of it's because I had the stuff already on hand and the size that I did it in. If you like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I put up new videos. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.